whispers in the sky, threads of light where stars align, a dance of echoes soft and kind. We float, we fall, we rise in the arms.
Dear family of light, today we will talk about the real cause, the root cause of your suffering, which is the illusion of the I am. You identify yourself with something which is not real, and therefore you suffer. You suffer when you lose all your money. You suffer when you get a divorce. You suffer when you lose a job. You suffer when you lose your health. You suffer when somebody dies, and you suffer when you are going near to your death. All that comes from the wrong idea, which I am this body and I am this mind. The great philosopher of the entire history, that they try to answer the great question of it all, which is who am I? Who are we? Why we are here? And thought can not really answer this question, because thought itself is part of the illusion. And so when you try to verbalize the idea of I and the idea who I am, you are already going more and more inside the illusion. You can only answer to this question in the silence, in meditation, in a non-verbal way. So what is real self-realization? Self-realization is the total collapse of the identification with the body and with the stream of thought in your mind. And so you stop identifying with the mind itself. You stop identifying with the character that you are playing in planet Earth. And so you are free to act. You just act because you have to do things, everyday deeds. I don't know what is your life, what are your everyday duties, but you just do it without caring about the outcome. The meditation, what is really meditation? Is an attempt to get out of the stream of thought and to become the observer. So you observe the stream of thought from the outside and you realize you are not that. If the identification with the character collapse, then there is also no need to change the character. If you are Many people think that self-realization is about to become perfect. This is the very wrong idea. You think that self-realization, you are untouched by anything, and you don't get angry anymore. I can assure you, if you are angry before awakening, you will possibly be angry after awakening. What is changed is that you no more identify with the character that get angry. This is self-realization. This is real awakening. So you leave the character in peace. You are not trying to push the character toward perfection. Of course, you will still, again, I repeat this a tons of time, you will do the best for your physical body, your diet, exercise, whatever you want. But you don't want to reach perfection. You don't want that all your vices just disappear. Also, because if all your vices just disappear, you will lose interest in the 3D experience, and so you will probably die. This is what churches and temples and religion don't want to hear. Because they sell you the idea that the great awakened one of history, like Buddha, Jesus, and all the other famous one, they were perfect, or they were the only son of God. And this is false. They were not perfect. They were human. They get angry. They had vices, probably. They were smoking. Somebody of them, they were drinking. Why? Because they needed to experience pleasure. This life is about pleasure, is about to have something pleasurable to have, even if small pleasure. I don't talk about strong addiction that will destroy your body. This is another problem. But everyday pleasure, a cup of coffee, small piece of chocolate, you don't really need that to survive, but is needed for your soul to have small pleasure. So self-realization is you leave the character alone, because you are not the character. You are not this body. You are not the stream of thought. And so you leave the character be as he is really. That's why some sages say, be as you are. I dedicate a video to that. You can search it. The only technique which is really useful and is the technique that really brings you to understand this is called neti. Neti is a Sanskrit word. It's a very old word. It's a very old technique. It has probably 3, 4, 5,000 years, because it was already inside the Upanishad and later in the Brahma Sutra. Neti means nor this nor that. Not this, not that. And so you take all your possession and you say, okay, I'm not the house that I own. I'm not the car that I own. And you can apply this to all the object that you have. Then you start to say, I'm not what I do. So you are not your job. You are not your hobbies. You are not the sports that you do, etc., etc. You are not the action that you are doing in the planet. You are not your relationship. So you are not a husband, you're not a child, you're not a parent, you're not all that. These are all the character that you unfold in this life. But again, you are not that. So you go on discarding all that. You are not your emotion. So you discard your emotion. And eventually you discard the thought in your mind and you discard your body. So I'm asking you now, what is left? Once you have said, not this, not that, not this, not that, what is left? What is left is only infinite consciousness. And this is the only truth. When you do this kind of exercise and you realize that you are not all that, then stay with it. Don't try to verbalize what is happening to you. Stay in that spaciousness, in that silence which is inside yourself. Because if you try to verbalize, then again you go back to the false identity of the I am. And especially I can see this in our society. Our society promotes the idea of I am rich, I am, I don't know, beautiful, I'm loved. And so people get attached to all this, to the status, as the status will be something real. Your status is not real, sorry to tell you. Successful people will not listen to this probably, and who is not successful thinks that they may fail in life because they are not achieving something. The only things that you have to achieve in this life is self-realization. This is what is all, this experience is in 3D consciousness is about that, to get out of 3D illusion and to move slowly to unconditional love, 4D, and then 5D, non-identification with the I. And once you are no more worried about the outcome, and you are no more worried about to defend this I am, then you became truly deeply free. So this is everything for today. I wish you all the best, a lot of light, and for now, be at peace, be at peace.
Silver whispers in the sky, threads of light where stars align.